And welcome to the Hornet's Nest, ladies and gentlemen. Apologies about these technical difficulties here. We're working hard to resolve them, but we are now live here on Middle Georgia Sports Live. And if you're just now tuning in, the Brookstone Cougars have just hit a home run here to make the score 6-0 in favor of Brookstone over your Westfield Hornets. And we're currently at the top of the second inning with 2 outs. So that is your game update so far on what you've missed. But all that aside, my name is Trent Jackson, and I'm going to be your play-by-play here for this game today. And we got a nice matchup here today. We have the defending Quad A state champions from last year, the Brookstone Cougars, against your Westfield Hornets, who are ranked 8th in GIAA Class 3A, as Brookstone will be flied out there to left field, and that'll end the top of the second inning here. And we will move on to the bottom of the second. But first, we're going to take a break here on Middle Georgia Sports Live. And we are back here live on Middle Georgia Sports Live here. And up to the plate here to bat for Westfield is number 9, Carter Black. And he'll take ball 1. And as he takes ball 2, I'd like to give some clarification real quick. That home run by the Brookstone Cougars was a 3-run homer, which made the score 7-0, increasing their lead here today as Carter Black takes strike 1 down the middle. Audio's working. And that's going to stay foul. As your count now is 2 balls and 2 strikes with no outs here in the bottom of the second. That last hit there was just fouled left. As that's going to make it ball 3 outside there. And your count's going to be full here with no outs still in the bottom of the second. Carter Black hits that into right field. That's going over his head, and that's gone. That is a home run for Carter Black here on Senior Day at the Hornet's Nest. That is going to be a solo home run there for Carter Black. I thought my eyes were deceiving me there, not going to lie. I thought it was going to hit just barely in front of the fence, but it kept going and going, and then, golly, that sucker was gone. That's a solo home run there for Carter Black here, and that gets Westfield on the board. 7-1 is your score now. And next up to the plate, that brings up number 7, Will Canterbury, the pitcher, the senior here. He was recognized earlier today before the game started on Senior Day. As said by the announcer, he will be attending the University of Georgia for college for the next 4 to 5 years, as most people going into college would say. And he hits that down the center field line, and that's going to be out. He's going to be flied out there to center field here for out number 1 in the bottom of the second. Brett Young up the bat, and he's going to line drive that, and he's going to be out at first there. Good play there defensively by Brookstone. That hit by Brett just not enough oomph into it. As up next, we have number 6, Blake Loden, and he's going to gently tap that, and he's going to be called out, and that was a close call there. Close call made by the umpire, but he's going to rule him out at first, as that'll end the bottom of the second inning, and we'll move on to the third, but after we take a break here on Middle Georgia Sports Live. We are back here on Middle Georgia Sports Live, coming to you from the Hornets Nest here in Perry, Georgia, on the campus of the Westfield School. As your score now is 7-1, still in favor of the Brookstone Cougars, but Westfield is slowly bitten into that lead here that Brookstone has built off of a solo homer by Carter Black just to begin the inning. Talk about that for momentum. But we're here now in the top of the third here as Will Canterbury starts the count 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, and no outs here in the top of the third. And he's going to be called for strike 3 there, and that's going to be out numero uno. Striking out there for Brookstone, I do believe that was number 23, Nick Hatchell. As up to the plate now is number 21, Luke Vale. As Westfield can't quite corral that catch there, as Luke is going to make his way to second base here to start the inning. Up next for Brookstone is number 9, Jake Griffin. He's going to chop that down the first base line, and the umpire is going to call it foul. there. And that'll make the count 0 balls and 1 strike with 1 out here in the top of the third. Score still the same, 7-1 in favor of the Cougars. As the bunt attempt goes left, and that's going to be strike 2 in the count now, as your count moves to 0-2 with 1 out. Counts 1-2 now with 1 out. It's going to be chopped up the middle, and Jake Griffin is going to be tossed out at first for out numero dos. And coming up next to the plate for Brookstone is number 3, Mitchum Kelly. Count's going to start 1-0 with 2 outs. It's going to be fouled. Hit behind the press box, and that hit something. Hopefully it wasn't my truck. It's going to make the count 1-1 here with 2 outs. Top of the third. As Kelly's going to get strike 2 there swinging. It's going to make the count 1-2 with 2 outs now. Canterbury looking to escape this inning with no runs allowed as he has a runner on third here. And that's going to be popped up, leaning more towards right field now. Eyeballing it, and that's going to be good for out number 3, number 3 for Westfield here. And that's going to end the top of the third, and it's going to bring us to the bottom of the third. But that'll be after we get back from this short break here on Middle Georgia Sports Live. And we are back here at the Hornet's Nest on Middle Georgia Sports Live from Perry, Georgia, here on the campus of the Westfield School. And up to bat first here at the bottom of the third for Westfield is Rhodes Bledsoe. Plays catcher, but he is playing DH today, designated hitter in the lineup, and he's going to hit that. That's going to be gone. That's going to be a home run to start the inning for Rhodes Bledsoe. here for the Hornets. Back-to-back inning opening home runs here for Westfield, as that's going to make the score 7-2. Rhodes Bledsoe didn't even hesitate to swing, and he swung for the fences there. As that's home run and run number 2 of the game here for Westfield. And like I said, making the score 7-2 now. And that's also back-to-back inning opening home runs here for Westfield as, excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, as Carter Black opened up the last inning with his own solo home run. And now up to bat next for the Hornets, though, is Mr. Win Hoots, number 1. And you got to think, is he looking to replicate what Mr. Rhodes did there himself? The count's going to start 1-0 here with no outs in the bottom of the third. Again, I'd like to take this time to apologize, ladies and gentlemen. We are doing our best to get this fixed, but we do not have a score bug graphic up at the time. But if you will bear with us, I'll make sure to give you the score and the count and the inning that we're in every chance I can. As the count moves to 2-0 here with 0 outs in the bottom of the third. And now it'll be 3-0 with 0 outs. And that's going to be ball 4. Mr. Win Hoots is going to take first. And now up to the plate steps number 10, Brooks Bentley here for Westfield. And you got to think, you got a runner on first now. Just looking to get on base here for the Hornets. And get those runs back that Brookstone piled up during the earlier stages of the game in the first and second inning. As Win Hoot steals and he hits the ball, and that's going to knock the ball away before it could get to the shortstop there trying to cover second. But he will be safe at second, Mr. Win Hoots. Successful. And I take it back, ladies and gentlemen. He is going to be waved back to first. And he's going to be called for out number 1 there, I suppose. So 1 out now. And number 3 now for Westfield is at the plate, Matt Molina. As he starts no count yet because Brookstone is trying to throw out Brooks Bentley there, or excuse me, Win Hoots. Sorry, not Brooks Bentley. I got my numbers mixed up, ladies and gentlemen. And Win Hoots is going to take his crack at stealing second again, and he might go and steal third while he's at it as they overshoot him at third. And he's going to take third, and he's going to halt there, ladies and gentlemen, as the overthrow from the catcher to the second and baseman and shortstop was very high and was able to allow Win Hoot there to steal third, as Win Hoot's just collecting his breath there as he's now made it from first to third base here with Matt Molina at the plate as the count is 2-0 with 1 out here in the bottom of the third. Your score is still 7-2 in favor of the Cougars, but not after Westfield has put up 2 home runs here, 2 solo shots, both to right field. As Matt Molina moves the count to 2-1 here with 1 out. Still bottom of the third. And that's going to be ball 3 there. 3-1 now is your count with 1 out. And that's going to be ball 4 there. Matt Molina is going to take first as Win Hoot stays on third. And you got to think here, Mr. Brock Johnson, who's up to bat next, as we're going to have a mound visit here actually by the Brookstone coach. But we're going to stay here, though. We're not going to take a break. We're going to stay here. But Brock Johnson, though, for Westfield is coming up to the plate next here. And Brock's definitely going to be looking to do some damage here, as he's got two runners on bases. He's got one on first and then one on third. And if he were to hit a home run here, that would be a 3-run homer, and that would put Westfield within 2 here. As the mound visit's over, and Brock Johnson steps up to the plate to bat for Westfield. 1 out here in the bottom of the third, and your score 7-2, Brookstone. As Johnson fouls that right, high and right. 0-1 is your count. 1 out. As pinch running for Matt Molina now is number 3, Matt Molina. Oh, excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. I got that wrong. Wrong number. I was looking at the wrong number on the roster thing, on the roster sheet. It is number 13, Connor Sexton. It's pinch running here for Matt Molina. As Brock Johnson lines that to left field. And that's going to score a run. Mr. Win Hoot scores one here and makes the score 7-3. Still Brookstone in the lead, but Westfield slowly starting to chip away at that lead. And now up to the plate now for the Hornets is number 9, Carter Black. And he is looking for another home run. I can tell you that right now. And that'll make the score a 1-run game here if he were able to go 2 for 2 here with 2 homers here in this game. As he's going to line that to center field, and that may score a run as the center fielder couldn't quite corral the ball, and that's going to score number 13, Connor Sexton here, and make the score 7-4. Carter Black with an RBI single here to make the score 7-4, still in favor of the Cougars, but Westfield slowly getting back into this game. As number 7 for Westfield, Will Canterbury, the pitcher, is up to the plate now, looking to do his part and chip away at this lead. Still 1 out. Your count's going to start 1-0. It's going to be called strike 1. Make your count 1-1 with 1 out here. As he's going to be called for strike 2 swinging here and make your count 1-2. And then he's going to strike out swinging there for out number 2, Will Canterbury. As up to the plate next for the Hornets is number 8, Brett Young. Looking to join the party here as he takes strike 1. as he's going to foul that right into the dugout net for strike 2. And he's going to hit that up the center field line, and that's going to get down, and that's going to score another Hornet run here in the bottom of the 3rd. Mr. Brock Johnson comes home here off of a hit, off of an RBI single by Mr. Brett Yon, excuse me. And now up to bat, number 6, Blakey Oden. As Westfield has made this a 7-5 game here. Two outs. As Luke Lowry is looking to escape this inning here with no more runs given up, as he has 2 outs, but the score is 7-4. And that is Brett Yawn's going to be caught stealing. And that's going to end the inning here. But not before Westfield chips into the lead even more and makes the score a 2-run deficit, with it being 7-5 in favor of Brookstone. The defending Quad A state champions are on their heels here in the Hornets' nest. And we're going to take a break here on Middle Georgia Sports Live. We'll be back momentarily. All right, and we are back here on Middle Georgia Sports Live, coming to you from the Hornets' Nest here on the campus of the Westfield School in Perry, Georgia, here in the 478. As Will Canterbury looking to pitch another scoreless inning, as that's going to be lined there, and he's going to be called out at first. As Carter Black there was the one making the throw to Brooks Bentley for out number 1 here in the top of the 4th. As for up to bat next now from Brookstone, number 4, Brennan Neal. And he takes strike 1 there as he looks on for ball 1, which makes the count 1-1 with 1 out. And he's going to foul that over the left field fence. Almost makes it through the school fencing out there, but not quite small enough. The pitch, a little inside. It's going to be called for ball 2. Counts one ball away here from being called full. 1 out. No runners on base so far here for Brookstone. Is this going to be fouled right behind him? Almost into the on-deck circle. Count remains the same. Here for Neal. As he takes a swing at that in the center field, that ball is going to be gone over the Hornets' Nest sign in the outfield, and that's going to be a solo shot there for Brennan Neal. And the Cougars, just like that, strike back with a run of their own to make your score 8-5 in favor of the Cougars. And Neal just sent that ball flying over there, over the Hornets' Nest sign in the outfield. And that ball wasn't, I don't even know if that ball landed yet. But luckily for Westfield, though, it was only a solo shot as Canterbury hits the next batter here for the Cougars, and that would be his counterpart on the mound for the Brookstone Cougars, Luke Lowry. Takes the pitch, hit by pitch, and he's going to pinch run here. He's going to be pinch run for number 18 of Brookstone, Kite Wilson. As we're going to have a mound visit here for Canterbury. We're going to keep it here, though, on Middle Georgia Sports Live. As Brennan Neal just hit a solo shot over the Hornets' Nest sign here at the Hornets' Nest. And considering how Westfield had a 4-run inning the last inning in the bottom of the third, that definitely looks good for Brookstone, showing that they're not out of it yet and that they're not going to sleep, that they're still awake. But how Westfield responds here, though, ladies and gentlemen, will say a lot about what kind of game we're going to get for the next 3 innings here at the Hornets' Nest. As Canterbury, immediately following the mound visit, tries to throw out the pinch runner. Wilson at first, unsuccessful. As the ump is going to call strike one, swinging there, making the count 0-1. As Wilson steals second, though, on the pitch. Moves him into second base. And now he's trying to steal third, and he's going to be thrown out at third. Kite Wilson's going to be thrown out at third. Caught by number 9 for Westfield. Carter Black. And that's going to make it 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. Westfield looking to escape with only 1 run giving up this inning here. As Will Canterbury stares towards home. And number 14 for Brookstone, Jake Lowry, with a 2-1 count. As that's going to be called ball 3 and make your count 3-1 now. And Lowry's going to hit that, and it's bobbled around, and just not in time to Bentley there at first. Very close, but no cigar. As Lowry is safe there at first now. Still 2 outs, though, in the top of the 4th. Is up to bat next for the Brookstone Cougars. Let's see, number 8, as Canterbury tries to throw out Lowry, and he's gonna go try and take third. As the throw is not in time, he is safe at third. Carter Black holds the ball and gives it back to Canterbury there. As Lowry is going to be safe at third. He's going to stay at third. No count yet to start this at bat. As number 8 for Brookstone, Harrison Baker, is up to the plate for the Cougars. The pitch is called strike 1. 0-1 is your count to start this at bat. 2 outs here with a runner at third. Westfield trying to escape this inning with no more runs giving up other than that solo homer by Neal. As the ump calls that ball 1, makes your count 1-1. And he's going to make the batter swing there. Baker takes strike 2 swinging. Makes your count 1-2. It's going to be called ball 2. As Lowry thought about stealing there. Stealing home. Not seen very often unless it's a very, very, very wild pitch. But it has happened. As he's going to line that out in the left field there. But it's going to be caught by the Hornets for out number 3. By left fielder, Mr. Matt Molina. And that'll end the top of the 4th here for the Hornets. As we go to the bottom of the 4th, excuse me, your score is now 8-5 after that solo homer by Neal here early in the inning. And now we will take a break here on Middle Georgia Sports Live. And we are back here live, coming to you from the Hornets Nest here on Middle Georgia Sports Live. As up to bat to start the bottom of the 4th here for the Hornets is number 6, Blake Yoden. Loden, excuse me. He's going to start the count 1-0 here. Loden is. Lowry pitches ball 2, making the count 2-0. Falling behind in the count, Lowry is so far. As Loden fouls that right back at us. Thank goodness for that netting, or else we'd all be goners. And that'll make the count 2-1 now, adding 1 strike to the count. No outs. Takes ball 3 there, looking. Lowry's pitch. Gonna be called strike 2 right down the middle. Gonna make the count full here. Bowden looking to get on base and continue adding on to that run total that the Hornets have built. Loden's gonna run to first on ball 4. There, as he gets to first, that'll bring up number 17. Rhodes Bledsoe, who started out the last inning, he was up at the plate with a solo shot that would send the Westfield Hornets on to score a 4-run bottom of the 3rd here as he takes strike 1 looking. He takes strike 2 looking now too, already 0-2 behind in the count. As he's going to foul tip that behind home plate. He's going to keep the count at 0-2. As he's going to line that over the pitcher into center field. And that's going to advance Loden to second as Bledsoe stays at first with a single. And now we're going to have a mound visit, and I think we're going to see a change of pitcher here for the Brookstone Cougars. As Lowry's day is going to be done here for the Brookstone Cougars. As we're going to see a new pitcher here for the Cougars. Lowry pitched a decent game so far today, but he did give up 4 runs in the bottom of the 3rd that was able to get Westfield within 2 before Neal, of course, in the top of the 4th here, hit a solo shot to make the score 8-5. As on the mound warming up now for the Cougars, we have number 19 for Brookstone, Mr. Hudson Kuhn. And we're going to take a brief break here, but we'll be back here on Middle Georgia Sports Live. And we are back here on Middle Georgia Sports Live in the Hornets' Nest. And we have a new pitcher on the mound here for the Brookstone Cougars. And it's going to be number 19, Hudson Kuhn. Pitching now for the Cougars as Luke Lowry's day is done after giving up 5 total runs, 1 in the bottom of the 2nd, solo shot by Carter Black, and then he gave up 4 runs in the bottom of the 3rd, starting out with a solo homer by Rhodes Bledsoe, and then several RBIs followed briefly after that. Now Kuhn on the mound. Pitches ball 1. Is on the plate now, or up to the plate, excuse me. 1 Win Hoots for the Hornets. As he was showing signs of a bunt again, but the ball hits the dirt. It's going to be ball 2. Still no outs here in the bottom of the 4th. Westfield looking to do some more damage, eat into that lead even more after Neal's solo shot last lead increased the lead back to 3. Westfield just trying to look to bring it within 2-1 or a tie ball game here with Win Hoots at the plate. 2-1 is your count. Runners on first and second. As he showed bunt again, and the runners are going to advance. And second and third are going to be stolen respectively here for the Hornets. Now, as you got number 6 in scoring position for the Hornets here, number 6, excuse me, Blake Loden and Rhodes Bledsoe, both technically in scoring position on second and third respectively. As Win Hoots takes ball 4, that's going to make your bases loaded, ladies and gentlemen, with number 10, Brooks Bentley, up to the plate. Brooks Bentley up to the plate here with bases loaded. Hoots on first, Bledsoe on second, and Loden on third. One's mind can only be thinking grand slam here. No outs, might I add. And Loden's going to try and steal home, and he's going to slide, and he's going to be called safe. As Westfield is back within 2. All runners advance now. And that's going to make the score 8-6. Westfield back within 2. And the count's going to start 1-0 here for Bentley. Bentley's going to fly out there to the third baseman for out number 1. And up to bat, though, next for the Hornets. Up to the plate, number 3, Matt Molina here for the Hornets. Looking to take the lead here if he can hit a home run himself. Or just advance the Hornet runners that are already on base with just a hit. RBI. As he takes ball 1 there. Bledsoe on third, and Win Hoots is on second here for the Hornets, the base runners. Those 2 runners represent a tie ball game here for the Hornets if they can both make it home, as the ump calls strike 1 to make your count 1-1 with 1 out. As Molina takes strike 2 swinging, makes your count 1-2. Kuhn looking to escape this inning with no more runs given up, as he's already given up 1 since coming in for Lowry. It's going to be called ball 2 inside there. Two and two pitch incoming. And Molina's going to be called for strike 3, looking there. And that's going to be good enough for out 2 there for the Cougars. As number 11 is up to bat next for the Westfield Hornets. Number 11, Brock Johnson here up to the plate. Now, Brock Johnson will be the third batter that will try and send Hoots and Bledsoe home who represent the tying score, the 2 runs to tie the game. While he himself, if he were to hit a homer, would represent the game leading runner. As he takes strike 1, and then he'll take he'll foul tip that, but it will still be strike 2. Here. 0-2 is your count with 2 outs. Kuhn possibly looking to escape the inning here, impending anything Mr. Brock Johnson has to say about that. And he lines that into left field. That's going to pass the shortstop. And Win Hoots is right behind Bledsoe. And he's going to score. Bledsoe and Win Hoots both get home off of an RBI single by Brock Johnson. And that's going to tie your ball game here, 8-8 here in the bottom of the 4th. A 3-run bottom of the 4th inning so far for the Hornets. As up to bat next for the Westfield Hornets, number 9, Carter Black. And now Carter Black has a chance to hit his 2nd homer of the day and get him and Johnson across home plate. As Johnson's going to look, and he's going to try and steal 2nd, and he's going to be called safe. He is going to be called safe. Very close call, but he will be called safe at 2nd, ladies and gentlemen. And that'll advance him from 1st to 2nd. As your count to start this at-bat is 1-0 here. Carter Black looking to give Westfield the lead possibly with a hit here. It's going to be called ball 2 outside. That's going to be called ball 3 low. Three-0 count with 2 outs. Kuhn the pitch. And that's going to be ball 4, and Carter Black is going to take first base here. As number 24, the catcher Gray Jones, is going to come out to talk to Kuhn, as is the Brookstone coach. Coach Greg Mathis is going to have a talk with his pitcher, and his day is going to already be done as they're going to switch to number 27, Thomas Caves here. Desperation setting in for the Brookstone Cougars here, as they have now allowed 3 runs here in the bottom of the 4th, which has tied this ball game here. As Caves will warm up with Jones, we're going to take a short little break here on Middle Georgia Sports Live. And we are back here, ladies and gentlemen, on Middle Georgia Sports Live. If you tuned out and you're just now tuning back in, you got a tie. You just tuned back into a tie ball game, ladies and gentlemen. It is 8-all here in the bottom of the fourth with Will Canterbury up to pitch against the new Brookstone pitcher here for the Cougars, number 27, Thomas Caves. Westfield coming off of a 3-run bottom of the fourth as Canterbury's going to hit that into right, and he's going to be called out at first there, and that'll end the inning, but not before, ladies and gentlemen. Your Hornets have tied the ball game at 8 apiece here at the Hornets' Nest, and now we're going to take another break here briefly on Middle Georgia Sports Live. We are back here on Middle Georgia Sports Live, coming to you from the Hornets' Nest. Westfield has tied the ball game, ladies and gentlemen, with a 3-run bottom of the fourth to make the score 8-all here against the Brookstone Cougars, the defending Quad A state champions from last year. As that's going to be flied up to right field for out number 1 here in the top of the fifth. That was Nick Hatchell, third baseman, that just flied out there for the Brookstone Cougars. And now up to bat next is number 21, Luke Vale here. And Vale's going to take strike 1, looking here with 1 out. As he's going to line that out into center field there. But that's going to be caught for out number 2. Out number 2, courtesy of Win Hoots there for the Hornets. As we're going to have a pinch hitter now here for the Brookstone Cougars. And it's going to be number 9, Jake Griffin, center fielder. And he's going to take ball 1. Westfield looking to escape this inning scoreless here, get to the bottom of the fifth and add some more runs and take the lead for the first time today. As Griffin fouls that behind the home plate netting for strike 1. Good enough for ball 2 there, the ump says. Canterbury has had I guess to give you my honest opinion, has had a 50-50 kind of day. He's given up 2 home runs, as you can see by the score being, or as you can see by the run count here for the Cougars being 8. But he has been on fire the last 2 innings, having given up 0 runs in the top of the 3rd, and then only 1, which was a solo homer in the top of the 4th. As the count here for Griffin is now full. Canterbury looking to retire the side here, as Griffin's going to call time. Here. Canterbury's pitch, 3-2, incoming. And that's going to be called strike 3 for out number 3, and that's going to end the top of the 5th here. No runs allowed here by Westfield in the top of the 5th. As we head to the bottom of the 5th, Westfield's going to look to take the lead for the first time tonight, ladies and gentlemen, here on Middle Georgia Sports Live. We're going to take a break from the action. We are back here live on Middle Georgia Sports Live, coming to you from the Hornets' Nest. We got a tie ball game, folks, as Westfield held the Cougars scoreless to start the 5th inning, and now we're in the bottom of the 5th with number 8 up to bat for the Hornets, Mr. Brett Yon, looking to get Westfield closer to their first lead of the night since the ball game started at an even 0-0. And we have a new pitcher also as well for the Cougars, and it's going to be center fielder number 9, Jake Griffin. And I can't really tell who went and replaced him at center field out there, but if I can remember when they come off the field after this inning, then I will tell you, or I'll make a mental note. As the count's going to start 2-0 here for Griffin. Early. Young looking to get on base as he gets strike 1 swinging. Two and one is your count. As he lines that over the shortstop in between center field and left field. That might be good for a double. He's thinking about it, but he's going to stay at first for a single as the ball rolls from the second baseman closer to Mr. Yon. And Mr. Yon with a nice curve and hit over there in between that gap of left field and center field there, as up to the plate next for Westfield is number 6, Blake Loden. And he's going to take strike 1 at the plate looking. as he has a man on first. And Mr. Yon. Rhodes Bledsoe on deck for the Hornets. As Loden takes ball one, making your count even at 1 ball, 1 strike. And he tries bunt there, but no contact, but not good enough for a strike, and it's going to be called ball 2. As catcher tries to throw out Jan at first, unsuccessful. Count now, 2-1. As bunt attempt number 2, no good, but no strike. As ump calls ball 3, making the count 3-1. And your count's going to be full now. Ump calls strike 2. 3-2 is your count. 0 outs. It is now crunch time now here for Loden. As he swings, and that's going to go to center field. And he's going to fly out to center field there. Just couldn't get down early enough. Just couldn't get down further enough over the center fielder's head. As that's out number 1. But up to bat next for the Westfield Hornets. Up to the plate, number 17, Rhodes Bledsoe. Rhodes Bledsoe had a solo shot himself earlier today to begin one of the innings. I believe it was the bottom of the 3rd. That contributed to getting Westfield to tie the ball game here. As he takes ball 1. And that's going to fly out of the field. Hopefully it didn't hit anybody over there. I believe I saw a dog running around over there playing fetch earlier, so hopefully it didn't hit the dog either. It counts even at 1 apiece. And he's going to hit that far into left field. Left fielder trying to find it, and he does for out number 1. Unless they switched, left fielder for the Brookstone Cougars should be Harrison Baker. As that's going to be good for out number 2. And then that will bring to the plate now for the Westfield Hornets, number 1, Win Hoots, who was actually, if my memory serves me correct, he was one of the tying runs, I believe, in the last inning, I think. Or he contributed at least to getting the Hornets back into the game, into the tie the ball game here as he takes strike 1. Griffin looking to escape this inning with no runs given up as he gets strike 2 there. Win Hoots behind in the count. That's going to be ball 1 way outside. One-two pitch incoming, and he's going to line that to the first baseman. He almost couldn't find the ball, but he's going to get out number 3 there for the Cougars. Number 21, Luke Vale, almost couldn't find the ball until he did, and he just picked it up and stepped on the bag for out number 3 there. As that's going to end the 5th inning, we go to the 6th with a still tie ball game. Scoreless 5th by both teams here. We're going to take a break on Middle Georgia Sports Live. we are back here on Middle Georgia Sports Live, coming to you from the Hornets Nest. Your score, it's a tie ball game at 8 apiece between the defending Quad A GIAA state champions, the Brookstone Cougars, and your Westfield Hornets, ranked number 8 in GIAA Class AAA, as next 3 up, I believe, for the Brookstone Cougars, not in any particular order, at least, is going to be Brennan Neal. It's going to be Brennan Neal, Gray Jones, and Luke Lowry. And correction, Mitchum Kelly is up to bat first out of those 3. It'll be Mitchum Kelly, Gray Jones, and then Brennan Neal will be your next 3 up here as Kelly is getting ready to step up to the plate. We have a new pitcher, though, on the mound for the Westfield Hornets, and it's number 11, Brock Johnson. First pitch going to be called ball. And trading positions with Brock Johnson, Mr. Blakey Loden is going to be out there at shortstop now. And then Trace Sumner is going to be playing second baseman out there in the field for the Hornets as Brock Johnson gets strike 2. Kelly looking at strike 2, crosses the plate here with a 1-2 count to start the inning. As Kelly as Johnson hits Kelly there on the 4th pitch of the at-bat. And Kelly's walking it off down the first base line. And that'll put a runner on first to start off the inning here for the Cougars. As up next for the Cougars, up to the plate next, is number 24, Gray Jones. First base coach for the Cougars making sure Kelly's okay. And now play will resume as Johnson faces his second batter of the night pitching, number 24, Gray Jones. As Johnson tries to throw out Kelly at first, unsuccessful, his first attempt. Takes a glance at first base. As that pitch is going to get by the catcher there, and Kelly is going to steal second on a wild pitch. Count's going to start 1-0 here for Jones. Now it'll move to 2-0 here. Kelly on second after that hit by pitch. And Johnson gets strike 1 there Jones takes it looking. Doesn't swing. It's going to be strike one called. 2-1 is your count. The ump's going to call ball 3 low. As your count is now 3-1. And Jones is going to take a swing at it, and that's going to probably score Kelly. The center fielder, Win Hoots, tries to throw it in time, but he is not. Jones will take second. Kelly scores. That gives Brookstone the lead back here in the top of the 6th. Your score changes now. It is 9-8. Back in front are the Brookstone Cougars. Off of a RBI double by Jones that scored Kelly from second. As he'll be pinch run. I can't quite see the jersey out there, but Brennan Neal up to bat next for the Cougars here with no outs, and they have the lead again by 1 here. Brock Johnson on the mound for the Hornets. As he takes strike 1. Neal does. And he's going to get strike 2 looking, Neal is. Neal started off the top of the 4th earlier with a solo shot, and he has not been up to the bag since, as Westfield did not allow a run the last inning when the Cougars were up to bat. And correction, excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, the count is 1-1. As Neal gets strike 2 swinging there, moves it to 1-2 on the count. Jones at second. Neal fouls that behind the brass box. I goodness to honest hope that didn't go and hit somebody's vehicle. Prayers up. Count remains 1-2. Johnson looking for the first out of this inning here, as he's already given up 1 run to start the top of the 6th. As Neal is going to hit that up high and into left field. Jones creeping forward, and he's going to waltz back to second there as Neal flies out to left field there. Mr. Matt Molina there to make the out, as that'll give Westfield 1 out in the top of the 6th here. And up to bat next for the Brookstone Cougars, number 12, Luke Lowry, the pitcher who started the game but was taken out after 3-4 innings, I believe. And Brookstone has gone through 3 pitchers since Lowry was pulled from the game, as he starts this at-bat with 0-1. 1 strike with 1 out. And he's going to line that there to the second baseman. And that's going to be get the Brooks Bentley. That's going to be thrown to Brooks Bentley for out number 2 there, as the runner from second for Brookstone will advance to third. And he will be firmly in scoring position here, but not before the second baseman of Westfield gets the ball to Bentley for out number 2. And that is Sumner on second base. Sumner to Bentley for out number 2 there. As up to the plate now for the Cougars is number 14, Jake Lowry. gonna go on off of a hunch and assume that him and Luke are both brothers. Ooh, as that's gonna be, I believe that was foul tip. Goes in between the ump's legs. And it's gonna be strike one nonetheless, though. Here with 2 outs in the top of the 6th. If you're Westfield, you gotta hope the bats will come alive back here in the bottom of the 6th, as Brookstone has scored, but they've only gone up by 1 run again here at the Hornets' Nest. So all Westfield needs to take the lead or tie the game up is just 1 RBI or 2 runs at least. As your count is 0-2 now. Johnson looking to get out of this inning with no more runs given up. And here comes the pitch, and he's going to strike Lowry out swinging here to end the top of the 6th as we press forward to the bottom of the 6th. And we're going to take a break here on Middle Georgia Sports Live. Your score, 9-8 in favor of the Cougars once again. Westfield looking for a comeback here in the bottom of the 6th. We'll be back on Middle Georgia Sports Live. We are back here on Middle Georgia Sports Live, coming to you from the Hornets' Nest. We got a new pitcher on the mound for the Brookstone Cougars, and it's going to be number 4, Brennan Neal, the shortstop, now pitching for the Cougars, as he gets ball 1 to start this at-bat. And up to the plate though for the Westfield Hornets is number 10 Brooks Bentley, as he is already ahead in the count 2-0 to start this bottom of the 6th. And he's going to get strike 1 there, making the count 2-1. And he'll take strike 2 looking, and that'll even out the count now to 2-2. And he'll take strike 3 swinging for out number 1 of the inning. And up to bat next for the Hornets. Up to the plate, number 3, Matt Molina. Here for the Westfield Hornets, taking on Brennan Neal. And he's going to fly that out into left field, and he's going to fly out for out numero dos here in the bottom of the 6th. And up to the plate next is number 11, Brock Johnson. Westfield cold, really cold. Bats are cold to start out the inning, as they already have 2 outs. Still a whole other inning left, though, to take back the lead and win the ball game. But so far, no luck. No luck at any contact, as Brock Johnson takes ball 2 there. And no, he'll be hit by pitch, actually. So he'll take his base instead of ball 2. And that may or may not be just what the doctor ordered for the Hornets here, as that'll get Brock Johnson on base, and he'll represent the tying run. But up to the plate, though, number 9, Carter Black, represents the game leading run, the leading run for the Hornets, as he takes strike 1 looking here to start the inning. Neal gotten 2 straight outs so far before that hit by pitch by Brock Johnson, as Black fouls that far left. I hope that didn't hit the dogs. But he will already be behind now, 0-2 in the count, as he flies that a little far into the netting, and it'll bounce back into the field of play. Count will remain the same, though, 0-2. As he strikes out, swinging there for out number 3 to end the 6th inning. 1 runner stranded on base for the Hornets, and that'll end the 6th inning here from the Hornets' nest. Your score remains the same, 9-8, in favor of the Brookstone Cougars. We're going to take a break here on Middle Georgia Sports Live. We'll be right back. And we are back here on Middle Georgia Sports Live. We're at the Hornets Nest, Westfield, Brookstone, one-run ball game. It's 9-8 in favor of the Cougars here to start the top of the 7th. Final inning here from the Hornets Nest. Final at bat here for the Cougars as number 8, Mr. Harrison Baker, is going to take strike one, looking from Mr. Brock Johnson to start the count. And he's going to foul that into the netting there for strike 2. And it'll be 0-2 the count here to start the top of the 7th. Brock Johnson looking to start this inning with an out on the first batter. And that's going to be called ball 1, much to the dismay of the Hornets. Oh. Excuse me. And that's going to fly high to the right, and I think it's in the trees. Yes, that is correct. No dogs were harmed, thankfully, in the landing of that foul ball. Count will remain the same, though, 1-2. As Brock Johnson is going to strike him out swinging there. Harrison Baker struck out swinging, and that's going to bring up number 23 next for the Cougars, Mr. Nick Hatchell, to the plate. Brock Johnson starting out the inning right with one out on the first at-bat. As Hatcher takes that, looking for ball 1. Hatchell, excuse me. And Brock Johnson will get his first strike of the at-bat here, making the count even at 1 apiece. 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out. And the ump's going to call him swinging there for strike 2. 1-2 is your count. Hatchell knew it as soon as he swung that bat right there above the plate. He knew the ump saw it. He knew it. And he knew it was strike 2. And he also knows that that one's going to be strike 3, as he's going to be thrown out by the catcher for Westfield. Caught by Mr. Brooks Bentley. Excuse me. Got tongue-tied, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Brooks Bentley at first base for out number 2. And that's going to bring up for the Cougars number 21, Luke Vale. First baseman, excuse me. First pitch is going to be strike 1 here for Johnson in the count, already ahead. 2 outs here. Johnson looking to escape this inning runless here to keep the Hornets in this game at a 1-run game. Possibly walk it off here for the Hornets on senior night. A little bit of senior night magic here as the count moves to 1-1. And now it'll be 1-2 as strike 2 is called on the swing. And he's going to chop that to the shortstop there. And that's going to be caught by Mr. Brooks Bentley at first base for out number 3. Westfield escapes the top of the 7th here, the top of the final inning, with no runs given up. And that's going to keep the ball game at 9-8 in favor of the Cougars here as we head to the bottom of the 7th. Will we see some senior night magic here with a Westfield Hornet walk-off tonight? We'll find out here when we come back on Middle Georgia Sports Live. And we are back here on Middle Georgia Sports Live. This is it, ladies and gentlemen. We're on the home stretch of the game here. We're at the bottom of the 7th, 9-8 ball game. And up to bat here for the Hornets is number 4, Mr. Trey Sumner, as he lines that foul to start the inning. Trey Sumner in here to pinch hit to close out the game. Neal still on the mound for the Brookstone Cougars. Westfield looking for a little senior night magic. A little senior night walk-off of the Brookstone Cougars, who are 15-3 here. Undefeated in region play. And Sumner will take strike 3 looking, and for out number 1 here in the bottom of the 7th. As up next for the Westfield Hornets is number 8, Brett Yon, looking to just get on base as he swings and fouls that far left. None of the dogs out in that part of the park were harmed, I can say safely. But that will be strike 1 of the count. With 1 out here, Westfield on the heels of their feet. Backs against the wall here for the Hornets. 0-2. As Yon strikes out, swinging for out number 2 here. And that brings up the final out for the Cougars here. At the plate is number 6, Blake Loden. But from the perspective of the Hornets, Mr. Blake Loden represents the tying run as he takes strike 1 swinging. 2 outs. It's going to be ball 1 here. Makes the count 1-1. Neal on a roll, trying to keep it going. He's thrown 2 straight balls now after striking out 2 straight batters. Loden looking to stay alive. Looking to keep the Hornets' hopes alive here on senior night for the Hornet faithful, as your count is now 2-2. And Loden's going to try and take first, and he's going to be called safe. He's going to be called safe on what was potentially strike 3, but he ends up outrunning the throw, and that brings up the senior for Westfield, number 17. Excuse me, not a senior. But that still brings up Rhodes Bledsoe here, who hit a solo homer earlier tonight, and you got to feel it in the air now as Rhodes Bledsoe could possibly walk it off here right now for the Hornets on senior night. As he starts the count with 0-1 after that foul ball. Neal looking to close it out for the Cougars as he throws strike 2 right down the middle. Makes the count 0-2. Bledsoe trying to stay alive, trying to walk it off for the Hornets. And he'll take strike 3 looking for out number 3, and that's going to end your ball game tonight, ladies and gentlemen, with a final score of 9-8. Brookstone over the Westfield here in a close back-and-forth matchup. Westfield never led, but they stayed in the game nonetheless, bringing it to a tie ball game when it was 8 apiece up until the top of the 6th when Brookstone scored on a double RBI, on an RBI double, excuse me. And not the way you want to end it here for the Westfield Hornets, for the Westfield seniors on senior night. But way to go down fighting. Shout out to the Westfield Hornets tonight. And the seniors, Matt Molina and Will Canterbury, played a heck of a game tonight, and as did the rest of the Westfield Hornets tonight as well. An awesome game by the Hornets and an awesome game by the Cougars here. Cougars just when it came down to the last innings here, they were just able to get more runs. But that's going to be all for me, ladies and gentlemen, tonight. I'm Trent Jackson, and this is Middle Georgia, and you're watching Middle Georgia Sports Live here